What could be better than a view like this? How about a bottle of Samish Bay Whiskey?
And we're going to show you right now how we make our whiskey. This is our very first step of making Samish Bay Whiskey. We use a malted barley. It's a Washington State product. And we're going to mill it into bits.
And since we're completely automated computer technology, this is how we start. As you can see, I'm training my partner to do all the work.
Well, this is our ground up malted barley. This is what it looks like when we're done. And it's ready to be put in the water and heated up. All right, here we go. 50 pounds of malted barley.
Jim's going to take the water temperature because we have to bring when we're making the whiskey, we're making the mash, we've already ground the grain. Now we have to take the temperature and make sure the temperature is right so the grain can seep and release its enzymes.
Make sure we're ready. Yep, it's perfect.
What's the temperature? Come on, I need to know.
I'm not going to tell you. It's ready. All right, Bob makes me do all the work. I've got to mix up this hot water for him so that we can add the malted barley to it. And we also add some corn hulls.
Rice hulks. We got to add the rice hulks because it keeps the grain separated. Okay? So he creates the whirlpool. I dump the grain.
When the carriages are rolling, but me I take delight in the juice of the barley and courting pretty fair maids in the morning bright and early. Mushering and a dur and a die. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar.
So that does it, Bob. Now we got to mix it about every 20 minutes.
This is our wash after it's been strained, cooled. We add the yeast, we add some nutrients, we stir it again, we put it in our fermenting room. It sits there for about 4 or 5 days. Once a day we stir the product to get the yeast back through so it's the enzymes are eating all the nutrients in there, making alcohol.
Okay, now we're ready to pump the wash into the still. We've separated it from the grain, and the grain goes to the farmer, and he's going to feed it to his cows, and the cows love that stuff, and so do a lot of people. And I'm ready to start now. Here we go. There'll be over 50 gallons of wash that we'll pump into the still, and tomorrow morning we'll have about 6 gallons of 140 proof whiskey.
Okay, once we've got our wash into this is a 60-gallon copper pot still. Okay, distilling is, older than dirt. It's a process that's been around a long time. We're heating up the wash at the present time. This column up here is filled with this copper mesh. It acts as a reflux. So when the heavier molecules come up, they hit it, fall back down. Vapors are very light. This is what the cooling jacket cools the vapors, turns them back down into a liquid, comes down through here and goes into our parrot. Parrot has a hydrometer, tells you the proof of the alcohol at any one time coming off the still. And out of the 60 gallons, we get approximately 6 gallons of hearts, which is the actual finished product. Okay, this is the whiskey that's coming out of the still. Jim's pouring it into our keg. We use 10 and 8-gallon kegs because less volume, more surface area, it ages a lot quicker. The kegs are a real critical part of making the whiskey process. They're charred on the inside, and when the charring it releases the cellulose, when it burns, it releases the flavors. You got the caramels, you got the vanillas, even some banana flavor. The longer it stays in the keg, the more these flavors come out.
This is an especially good batch because we distilled it all night long. It was a high proof the entire time. It was over 100 proof when we finally cut it into the tails phase, and it's really tasty. And we'll just pound that in real good. Gives us a nice seal there, and the whiskey will be aging for several months until it's ready to drink. For the public, I get to taste it in between times to make sure it is ready when the time comes. Okay, from the barrel to the bottle, we have whiskeys and brandies, and we'd just love to have you come by and have a free taste and we can actually sell to the public. We're the only competition the liquor stores have. And we're real proud of our products. We are on the web. You can get us at goldendistillery.com and check us out. We're located on Samish Island. We have a beautiful view of the Samish Bay, and we invite you to come and see us. Cheers.
Cheers. Good whiskey. Have to come down and try it.
Not bad.
Smooth.
Yeah, not bad.
Aged in a barrel.
For the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.